If you're currently studying for your higher chemistry exam, then this is something you need to know. In paper 2, you will often get questions that are related to either the melting and boiling points of covalent molecules or the solubility of covalent molecules. Let's say you've been asked to explain why methane is less soluble in water than chloromethane. When it comes to solubility, like dissolves like, so what you're really wanting to look at is whether these molecules are polar or not. In methane, all of the hydrogens are less electronegative than the carbons, so they would all end up as delta plus. Whereas in chloromethane, chlorine is more electronegative than carbon, so the chlorine ends up as delta minus. So we can see that methane is non-polar because it has the same positive partial charge all the way around the outside of the molecule, whereas chloromethane is polar because it's got a negative side and partial positive side. So in their answer, most people would say methane is non-polar, chloromethane is polar, like dissolves like, and water is polar, so the chloromethane will be soluble in the polar water. However, there is a key bit of information that you need to include in your answer that we have missed out here. When you're stating that your molecules are polar or non-polar, you also need to include a statement about whether they have a permanent dipole or not. So instead, try to say methane is non-polar and does not contain a permanent dipole, and chloromethane is polar and does contain a permanent dipole. And then you go on to make your like dissolves like statement. So anytime your answer involves mentioning the polarity of the molecules in question, make sure, as well as saying whether they're polar or non-polar, you also state whether they have a permanent dipole or not. The extra piece of information is something the examiners sometimes look for, sometimes they don't, but just in case they are looking for it this year, make sure you put it in your answer.